The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had.
I'm out here hustling and grinding.
Steve Harvey appears to be facing a challenging phase in his career, with rumors circulating among his comedy peers and colleagues who are not holding back and calling him out for what they perceive as problematic behavior. One of Harvey's most famous critics is Katt Williams, who has openly expressed his reservations about his fellow comedian, suggesting that Steve has numerous skeletons in his closet. But folks, we hear these whispers for a while now. In the past, persistent rumors about Steve Harvey mistreating his staff have been circulating, with Williams stating that he feels the Family Feud icon treats his team poorly. Let's talk about that shocking memo for Sec, the one that Steve sent to his staff, outlining stringent rules that made people talk about his ugly nature.
And until you humble yourself, you will forever be kinged by the king.
As we have learned, D from the leaked memo, Harvey demanded no meetings in his dressing room, no uninvited visitors, and strict limitations on who could approach him. In a very rude manner, he wrote, "Do not open my dressing room door. If you open my door, expect to be removed. My security team will stop everyone from standing at my door who have the intent to see or speak to me. I want all the ambushing to stop now. That includes TV staff." While defending the memo, Harvey acknowledged that he might have handled the situation differently in hindsight. He expressed frustration with people approaching him without appointments, even during personal moments like lunch or in the hallway. However, as Katt Williams says, it's just the tip of an iceberg and Steve Harvey's full of bad vibes.
Get your ego out of this.
Steve seems to be buried in scandals instead of new jokes. In November 2015, Harvey faced a lawsuit alleging that he backed out of plans to lease a private jet midway through more than $400,000 worth of requested renovations. The alleged customizations included a new carpet, reconfiguration of the interior cabin, custom seat design, and new cabin sidewalls. Although these stories are history now, in a recent interview on Shannon Sharp's Club Shay podcast, Katt Williams continued to stir the pot. Among the various revelations about the industry, Williams insinuated that Steve Harvey may have earned his way to stardom with shady practices of walking over people's heads.
They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves.
Now holding back anymore, Katt has made bold claims about Steve Harvey, alleging that he not only stole material from Mark Curry's sitcom after he failed to undermine his friend Bernie Mac's career and steal his role in a movie. Williams asserted that Harvey wasn't good enough to become a movie star, saying you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asked for a country. Bumpkin black dude that can't talk good and look like Mr. Potato Head. Now, that's something that Steve Harvey doesn't tolerate because you folks may already know that he's not taking criticism aimed at him well. So, when Williams claimed that Harvey disparaged Bernie Mac and Mark Curry, it actually touched the beef nerve in Steve's body, and insiders claim he went nuts.
Why would I do something like that? That don't even make no damn sense. My whole brand is to be motivational.
But if you think that Katt was just poking the old wounds of his beef with Steve, well, there are other people who backed up Williams' story about Bernie. Ed Lover, the legendary DJ, seemed to confirm the comedian claims about Steve hating Bernie. In the episode released a few days ago, Lover backed up Williams' story, specifically about Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. Lover mentioned that Katt Williams was supposed to be part of the Kings of Comedy, but declined the opportunity due to Harvey's treatment of Mac. The stuff that Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Ocean's 11, and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth. I believe Bernie Mac when he said Steve Harvey hated on him. These recent revelations shed light on potential tensions in the stand-up industry, particularly exposing Harvey in a very bad light in relation to his own ex-colleagues from Kings of Comedy who were also throwing shade on him.
Not it was going to be called the Kings of Comedy, it was Steve's tour. These are the guys opening for him.
Katt Williams certainly shook the table with his appearance on Club Shay, but he saved most of his vitriol for Steve Harvey, whom he's been loathing for decades for his stealing practices. Apparently, everything that Harvey has achieved was plagiarized from other talented people, including his jokes, ideas, and even books. The claims and revelations from Williams and Lover provide a glimpse into the dynamics within the comedy community, suggesting that, behind the scenes, Steve Harvey is a vile and treacherous man, hoping to get success stabbing people in the back. Many fans seem to be of the same opinion. As one person commented, everyone can't be wrong about Steve, even the people on TV shows didn't like him because of his attitude. And another user added, some people don't deserve what they have, most don't have what they deserve. Steve Harvey is the first of the two. It appears that the tension between Steve Harvey and other comedians has stemmed from a difference in their comedic approaches. While everyone was working hard on his material, Steve was stealing the works of others. During the Kings of Comedy tour, this even led to Bernie Mac's decision to pursue his own path, leading to a rift with Steve Harvey.
But there was essentially a beef between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey?
Yes.
Rumors about friction between the two comedians have circulated for years, and now members like Cedric the Entertainer are confirming that there were indeed disagreements between the alpha males. Cedric acknowledged the differing perspectives of Harvey and Mac, but emphasized that their clashes have negatively influenced the entire tour and even made the relationship between the members sour. But while Cedric remains respectful to both Bernie and Steve, it looks like the whole world knows who's to blame in this story.
True that Steve and Bernie butted heads?
Yeah. I mean, they were the kind of guys that they both alpha males.
In 2003, Bernie Mac had an interview with GQ magazine where he accused Steve Harvey of being jealous and trying to sabotage him for certain movie roles. Most notable, the famous Ocean 11 part that Steve wanted for himself. When Bernie got the role in Ocean's 11, Steve allegedly reached out to the producers to suggest he would be a better fit for the part, but to his much dismay, he got rejected. Ever since, Harvey has reportedly lived in a fear of being exposed.
They had no sleep, because I just had a horrible night.
While Steve may not have succeeded in allegedly trying to overshadow Bernie Mac, another claim arises regarding Mark Curry. According to Katt Williams, Steve Harvey got the job on his sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show, after Mark Curry, and Curry alleged that Steve stole his comedic material and style. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Mark Curry himself once accused Steve of stealing, specifically referring to a joke about Halloween costumes. Curry asserted that Steve allegedly used his material on both his radio and television platforms.
Me? Are you disrespecting me? Are I don't understand that. I don't, that's plagiarism.
In his interview, Mark Curry expressed utter dissatisfaction, stating that Harvey's actions were taking money out of his pocket. Curry claimed to have confronted Harvey about it, urging him to stop using his material for gain. You didn't have to do that, homeboy. Mother effer, you made enough money. You made enough money. You did enough. Why are you on my material? This is not the first time Steve Harvey has faced accusations of joke stealing. In December 2008, Katt Williams himself called out Harvey ahead of a Christmas season show, leading to a heated exchange. Williams criticized Harvey on the radio, and Jamie Foxx, who was a radio host at the time, played a clip of Williams dissing Harvey.
I need you to understand that that's your final time as the king of comedy.
Harvey called in to address the situation, expressing confusion about Williams' comments. Williams suggested that Harvey's reign as the king of comedy might be coming to an end and advised him to be ready for the competition on stage. However, the comedy battle didn't happen. Harvey has also faced on-air disagreements with other comedians, including Monique. During an episode of his show, Monique exposed some industry dealings involving her and Harvey, accusing him of not supporting her during her beef with the industry titans, Tyler Perry and Oprah. Monique openly criticized Harvey for choosing to stick to his money bag rather than supporting a sister in need, thus feeding the negative narrative and mistreatment of Black people in Hollywood.
Were a part of pushing that agenda before you even asked me what was going on.
These incidents raise questions about Steve Harvey's actions behind the scenes and whether he may have played a different game than the one he portrays in the spotlight. Apparently, the recent revelations may tarnish his spotless image, and as they say, Steve is about to lose it because of Katt's claims. And folks, it's not just Tinseltown. Social media is buzzing about it too. As one person commented, Steve didn't even honor the mother of his children. How then does he respect his colleagues? And another user added, "This is what ambition looks like." He's not the only person with this behavior. The accusations from multiple comedians suggest a pattern of behavior that goes beyond traditional amicability, and it only fuels speculation about Harvey's role in sabotaging careers of fellow comedians. But, folks, what do you think about all this? Could Steve Harvey be truly this vile and atrocious as his colleagues portray him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.